Hello you guys. Today we're going to be doing a much needed catch-up and Q&A video while I also talk you through my summer makeup routine. This is what the final outcome is kind of looking like. I have my matcha latte here and we're going to be answering stuff about college, New York, moving plans, and a bunch of life updates. I feel like I haven't really sat down and talked to you guys in a hot minute. I just want to catch you guys up to speed. And this is basically going to give off like FaceTime call vibes. I don't know. That's like kind of my goal with this. So sit back, grab a drink maybe as well, or like a little snack, and we're going to get right on into it. Before I start my makeup, I'm going to do some skin prep, then we're gonna get into the questions. I actually asked you guys some questions on my Instagram stories, so I have a lot of questions that you guys asked, and we're gonna be catching up. First thing I'm going to go in with is some toner. This is just like a spray one. And then also this Bilt True Aqua Bomb cream. This is my favorite moisturizer ever. Also, I don't know why, but I went to the beach a couple days ago. I have like these weird pimples on my chest. So have you seen that? Just ignore it. And then one thing I've been doing recently to spice up my makeup, like base routine I guess, is to use this glow serum from Merit. I feel like it adds like the perfect glow finish to your skin and it looks really good underneath foundation. And then the last thing we're going to do, since it is very sunny outside in New York, I'm going to be adding some sunscreen. And this is the one that matches with the Bilt True cream. This is like their sunscreen and moisturizer. I'm just gonna put a little bit on. Okay, the skin prep is done. This is basically all what I do. To start off today, I do have a matcha latte. It's really good. I'm also going to try my hardest to talk and answer questions while also talking about my makeup routine, but I am horrible at multitasking. If I like forget to mention a product, it's all going to be like in the description and then also on the screen right now as well. I have some new summer makeup favorites I've been loving recently, and I want to take you guys through like my summer makeup. If this is your first time watching me or don't know much about me, I'll start off with the basic questions. My name is Caitlin DeWitt. I am 22 years old. I live in New York City and I go to Fordham University. I go to their Manhattan like city campus. I also live off campus, if that makes sense too. So when I'm talking about like all this college related stuff and like social scenes at Fordham, it's all coming from someone who's a commuter and lives off campus. The first question that someone asked is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate New York City to live in? And I would honestly rate it, like this is gonna sound so basic, but like a 9 or an 8, pretty high. I feel like it's more about like what you want, because I feel like there's a big hustle culture when it comes to New York, and a lot of people come here to like make something out of themselves. Like it's not really a relaxing place to live, but I feel like it's also a very fun place to live in your 20s. The first thing I'm using right now is the Clio Kill Mesh Foundation. This is in shade 4BO in Ginger. This is like a really good sheer foundation, really good for summer. I've enjoyed my experience living here. I feel like it's also not really for everyone, which is why I wouldn't give it like a 10 out of 10 and say anyone should move here. Another question that kind of goes along with this is someone asked, do you plan to live in New York after graduation or somewhere else? Plan to stay here definitely post-grad. I want to get a job here and continue doing YouTube here in the city for at least a while, but I could definitely see myself living somewhere a little bit more slower paced in like my 30s or 40s. I mean, if we're realistically talking here. I would love to live like in San Diego. I've been saying that for so long on my YouTube channel. Just somewhere like Southern California, like on a beach or something. Ultimately, I would love to live in like a coastal town. Next, I'm going in with this bronzing stick from ColourPop. This one is so old, you can hardly see the shade name, but I'll put it on the screen right now. This has lasted me so long. I feel like I've had this exact product in my Get Ready With Me's for like probably a year and a half now. Speaking a little bit of post-grad life, a lot of people ask like plans after graduation, because I am graduating kind of soon. I was supposed to walk this past spring, funny enough, but since I transferred and some of my credits didn't go through, I have to do an extra year, which means I don't walk until spring of 26. Going into this fall, it's like my last school year and there's graduation content coming up next spring, which I'm super excited about. Also, I'm quickly going to go in with this cream blush from Merit. This is the Flush Balm, and I'm also using their brush for this as well. But like once I graduate, like I said, I would love to stay in the city as long as possible. That is a lot. Wait, it will look better once I put the concealer on it, I promise. Wait, that looks kind of insane. Let me put on the concealer. I'm gonna go in with the NARS Radiant Concealer. This is in the shade Light 2.5. This has been one of my favorite concealers as of recently. They sent this to me and it's like the best formula, and I see why a lot of people get this because it is really good and it conceals actually actually a lot too without it being too like clumpy, if that makes sense. Like it's not a heavy concealer at all, but the coverage on it is really good. I also like to fan the concealer and let it dry a little bit before blending because I just feel like it covers a lot better. I feel like it could be really fun to work with like a marketing team of people. That's at least what I'm studying. And if you go to Fordham or have heard of their degree system, I'm doing digital technologies and emerging media. It's like a really long degree underneath the Bachelor of Arts. And then I'm also doing a marketing minor through the Gabelli Business School. And then since I have to do an extra semester to make up for some credits, I'm actually thinking about doing a double major. I would be doing a second major in communications and culture. And that kind of goes into another question I saw on here, which is, what is your dream job besides being a vlogger or an influencer? It would be something still in the business of social media, like maybe a social media manager or like a PR contact for a beauty or makeup brand. That would be kind of a dream position for me. Or it'd be something along the lines of traveling, like getting paid and having a job like to just travel the world would be really, really fun. Like maybe being a social media person for like a hotel or something and like having to travel, or like an airline and having to travel within that. Like I feel like that could be really cool. I'm now blending out the concealer, and as you guys can see, it's like covering everything. It also helped settle that blush a little bit because I was looking a little bit crazy. We're gonna go in with the Huda Beauty setting powder in Sugar Cookie. This is just a translucent one. This is so good when setting your makeup, and I have really oily skin. I have to always set my under eyes when doing this. Someone asked the best and the worst thing about living in New York City. I would say the best thing is the amount of opportunities that are just nearby you in like a small like radius is kind of insane. I feel like there's so much to do and also just so much to see and people to meet, like all just nearby. And the worst thing I would say is how expensive it is to live here. I feel like that's no secret, like New York rent is just not a joke. And speaking of New York City rent, if you're a renter, I would highly recommend you start taking advantage with Bilt rewards. And I want to say thank you Bilt for sponsoring today's video. Bilt is a loyalty program that lets you earn points on rent and lets you redeem them towards hotels, flights, fitness classes, and even your next rent payment. They've been consistently ranked the highest value point currency by the Points Guy and Bankrate. We already earn points on like groceries, traveling, and everything else we buy, but I feel like we should also be earning points on rent because that is like such a big monthly expense. And Bilt has changed the game by letting renters earn points on rent and around their neighborhood. There's also no cost to join Bilt. It's completely free. These Bilt points can be transferred to your favorite hotel and airlines. Points can also be redeemed towards future rent payments and unique experiences that only Bilt members can access. So if you're not earning points on rent, my question is, what are you waiting for? You can start earning points right now when you sign up using the link in my description and then also the QR code that's on the screen right now. And make sure to use that URL down below so they know that I sent you. Thank you Bilt for sponsoring today's video, and let's just get back into the questions. This is one of the bronzers I've been obsessed with using recently. This is the NARS Cream Bronzing Cream. I ran out of my powdered one, but if I take a little bit of this and dab it on here, it kind of works as like a powder. Like if I just do that and then really dilute it in a way, like helps go over the powdered products. A lot of people were also asking my summer plans because, as you guys know, I traveled a lot last summer. I feel like my summer won't be that crazy again just because I do have to move, which I'm gonna get into in a little bit. But I am going to Europe actually. I won't be saying where, you'll just find out. I'll definitely be making like a pack with me and a bunch of other content. And if you follow me on Instagram at @CaitlinDeWitt_, I'll most likely be posting about it there first. Yeah, that kind of brings me into the second thing I was gonna talk about, which is I am moving in August. I'm not moving out of New York though. I just have to move out of my apartment because the renewals are just getting a little too much. I'm also trying to manifest my living alone era. I know a lot of you guys think I live alone, but I do actually have 2 roommates, but we all kind of do our own thing in a way where it feels like you're living alone. That is in the works for August and September. I'm kind of emotional and sad about it because I do have to move out of like my first ever New York City apartment. I feel like this place has so many memories attached to it. Maybe I'm just like really overdramatic. Also, I used the Jones Road little pocket blush in the shade The Best Blush. Is that the shade? Well, it kind of is actually. And then I'm gonna go in with the Extreme Gel Presso Clio eyeliner. I like to do a little... My sister's calling me. Okay, sorry. My sister's actually visiting me for the next 2 days. I'm actually gonna vlog a little bit when she's here, but she's just calling me to make sure she's going the right way. Also, here's what the base of my makeup looks like. We're gonna do my eyebrows and my mascara too. Also, someone asked, what is your favorite thing about living in New York City? And I have to say it's probably the cafe culture. I don't really have that back at home. I don't know why, but like there's always like a new cafe popping up like in New York. And I just love how like coffee, matcha, and cute aesthetic cafes are such part of like the culture here, like with working from cafes, cafe hopping as well. It just makes me so happy. I'm going in with this Clio Kill Brow pencil. And then I'm also gonna go in with this Jones Road Clear Brow Gel, like really set them in place. Someone also asked, how was your experience at Fordham as a transfer versus someone going in as a freshman? I think it was such a drastic change just because I did do community college and it was all online. I didn't really have like a college life or social life to even compare it to before going. I did visit a lot of my friends at like the Virginia State schools before transferring to Fordham, so I did get to see a little bit of like the frat and sorority and like party culture, because Fordham actually doesn't have any Greek life, which I actually kind of like about that school because it really puts an emphasis on like the clubs. Not saying our school doesn't do parties or like stuff like that. It's usually all the like clubs. I'm also going in with this NARS highlighter. This has been one of my favorite products recently. You guys, that was really, really scary. I thought that broke. But this is like the perfect gold shimmer, perfect for your inner corners. I'm actually gonna answer all the Fordham related ones right now. Someone says, how have you liked Fordham? Anything that students should know? Some people have like mixed feelings about it, but I really, really liked my experience and time at Fordham. Although I do go to their city campus and it's definitely a bit more of like an untraditional experience because you are in the city, and especially if you're living like off campus. I live with like students who go to Fordham as well, but like even that, it's not like you're dorming. Like you're literally living in like an apartment in New York City, and I just feel like there's such a level of like independence and stuff like that because you're also not in like a college town, you're in Manhattan. It definitely pushes you though to be like independent at such a younger age. I don't know if I would have been ready to take on this type of lifestyle at like 18 years old right outside of high school. My parents and I talked about that a lot because I like enjoyed my time here so much that I'm like, oh my gosh, like I wish I transferred earlier or sooner, but also I'm so glad I transferred right when I turned 21. It's also just like really, really expensive, so I kind of saved a lot of money by commuting and doing community college at home. I'm going in with my mascaras now. This is the first one I like doing to like really lift my eyelashes. Then I go in with this one to volumize it. And then lastly, I'll go in with this one, which is my all-time favorite. I've definitely talked about this on my channel before. It's the Kill Lash Super Proof Curling one. This one's crazy waterproof as well. This one will completely like transform your lashes. That's what the mascara looks like. I'm also gonna briefly set my face. This is the One Size setting spray. I like to do a quick layer of this. This stuff is like glue for your face. Like, I'm not even joking. It's almost 100 degrees outside New York. I need that. I don't really use this in the winter though. I like sticking more to the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray because it's a little bit more like glowy looking. This one's really mattifying. I've also been really liking these lip stains from Sacho Beauty. I don't know how to pronounce this brand name, but this one is in the shade Cinnamon. I'm gonna look so weird and I can't talk when I put these on, but it's like a dark lip stain and then you peel it off. I don't need to touch up my lip all day because it stays on. The smell of this though is like kind of weird. If you know, you know, I feel like. This is actually a fun question. Someone says, what is your music taste, like your favorite genre? Ignore the fact I'm like fanning my lips right now. I just need this to dry. Someone also asked, on the subject of music, what is your favorite girl K-pop group? One of my favorite genres is K-pop. The reason why my sister is actually coming to visit me is because we're seeing Baekhyun tonight, which I'm so excited about. I'll vlog it a little bit. It'll be in like a day of my life vlog coming up. But besides that, I do pretty much listen to everything. I love listening to like alternative, indie, even jazz music. Like when I'm editing, I love to put on some jazz music. Sometimes even like rock music can be my vibe. But as of recently, the most music I've been listening to is like pop music, like girly pop music. Like Addison Rae's album is kind of good. As of recently, like within the last week or two, I've actually been listening to like a lot of house music, like hyper pop music. I don't know, I feel like it just gives summer. That's like a new genre for me though. As you can see, it just peels off. Okay, sorry if the angle just briefly switched. And then I don't even go in really with lip liner because of this or lipstick. The only thing I like to go in is some lip balm. This has actually been one of my favorite products as of recently. This is from Province Beauty. It kind of gives like summer Fridays, I feel like. I've never really used those products before, but I feel like it's the same type of product, except I really like this one. And this is like the perfect berry shade. And then we're gonna go in with one more layer of setting spray, just for good luck, because it is 100 degrees outside. This is actually a really good question. Someone asked how to like working out, and I feel like I could really answer this because I've recently gotten into my fitness era and I never really enjoyed working out that much, or at least stayed consistent to it. Like I would go through phases, but as of recently I've been pretty consistent for the last like 3 months. I feel like one of the reasons is because of ClassPass. This is just one of my favorite apps to use. It's basically this app on your phone where you pay a monthly fee to get credits, and then you use those credits to book workout classes. It kind of encourages you to try a lot of different studios and workout classes. Instead of getting a membership at one type of gym for like one type of workout class, you're like experiencing many different types of workouts. I'll leave the link to sign up below because I have like a referral link with them where you can get like 20 bonus credits with the free trial that you get. I finally found a workout class that I actually actually like. And that's what really it comes down to, is just finding a workout that you like, that you actually crave and enjoy and want to do. For me, it's been solid core and like Pilates. I know that's so basic though, but like I do see the hype about it because it is kind of fun. It's not like it's high cardio or anything, resistance training almost, and I really like that. I would highly recommend that if you want to start working out and don't know like really where to start, or don't know like what type of workout to do. I would highly recommend ClassPass for that. Anyways, that is pretty much my get ready with me and makeup routine. This is what the makeup looks like. It's super like natural. I really like it. And yeah, if you guys want to see more videos like this, like more makeup related content or even college content, like I can make a whole entire video dedicated to like college in New York City and like the pros and cons and stuff like that. If you guys are interested, leave a comment down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you made it all the way up to the end of this video, comment down below the secret emoji. I like to see who's actually watching up to the end, and it's like a fun thing I like to do in my comments. And then also follow me on Instagram at @CaitlinDeWitt_. I've been getting super active on there, and if you guys want to see where I'm going in Europe and summer plans and what I'm up to, I'm always posting what I'm up to on there. And once again, thank you Bilt for sponsoring today's video. You can start earning your points on rent when you sign up using the link in my description, or by using this QR code on the screen right now once again. And make sure to use that URL so they know that I sent you. Hope you guys all have a fabulous rest of your day and rest of your week, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye!